Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Miss Nikki. I'm here to read some great bedtime stories to you. I hope you're excited. I've got my bedtime stories right back here, ready to share with you. I've got 3 that I've picked out tonight. I hope you guys enjoy them. I always tell all my friends they're some of my favorite stories. And these are some of my favorite stories, yes, but I try to pick some of the stories that I hear about from my families, from my students, and a couple of these are some friends' favorite stories. So this first story here, Spoon, is written by Amy Krause Rosenthal and illustrated by Scott Magoon. I really like Spoon because Spoon is kind of a fun story about how the grass always seems to be greener on the other side. So, you always wish that you were something that looks great. So, sometimes people who have really long hair wish they had really short hair, and sometimes people who are really tall wish that they were really short. So Spoon is about wishing you were something else, but then remembering all the great things that you are. All right, Spoon. That's a good one. Hope you guys like this one. Here we go. This is Spoon. There he is. Hello. This is Spoon's family. Oh, different kinds of spoons. There's ladles, slotted spoons. Oh, there's even a spork right there. Some measuring spoons. So there's Spoon's family. On Sundays, Spoon goes to visit his Aunt Silver. He has to be on his very best behavior there. She's very fancy and proper. Goodbye, darling. Ta-ta. Oh, he's waving. That's so nice. At bedtime, Spoon likes to hear the story about his adventurous great-grandmother who fell in love with a dish and ran off to a distant land. Lately, though, Spoon had been feeling blue. "What's wrong?" asked his mother. "You look a bit bent out of shape." "Nothing," mumbled Spoon. That doesn't sound like nothing. "It's just that, I don't know, all my friends have it so much better than me. Like Knife. Knife is so lucky. He gets to cut. He gets to spread. I never get to cut or spread." "Yes, Knife is pretty spiffy that way, isn't he?" Well, Knife can't do those things. That's true. Oh, that is some fantastic cutting and spreading, if I do say so. Fork is so lucky. She gets to go practically everywhere. I bet she never goes stir crazy like I do. Fork does get out and make herself useful, doesn't she? Oh, you can use a fork for a lot of different things. That is true. That is true. And chopsticks. They're so lucky. Everyone thinks they're really cool and exotic. No one thinks I'm cool or exotic. Those chopsticks are something else, aren't they? Well, chopsticks are pretty neat. They're very unique. Meanwhile, if only Spoon knew what his friends were saying at that very minute. Spoon's so lucky, said Knife. He's so fun and easygoing. Everyone is so serious with me. No one's ever allowed to be silly with me like they are with Spoon. Well, spoons are fun to play with, aren't they? But you can't play with knives, that's true. Spoon is so lucky, said Fork. He gets to measure stuff. No one ever does that with me. Well, that is true. You can eat with a fork and you can eat with a spoon, but it's not very easy to measure stuff with a fork. I don't know if I could do it. Maybe someone could. Spoon is so lucky, said Chopsticks. He can go places by himself. We could never function apart. Oh, that's true. You don't need 2 spoons to eat your soup, but you would need 2 chopsticks to eat just about anything. That night, after bedtime stories, Spoon's mom turned off the light, tucked him in, and said, "You know, Spoon, I wonder if you realize just how lucky you are. Your friends will never know the joy of diving headfirst into a bowl of ice cream." Ooh, that's true. That's true. You can't eat ice cream with a knife. That would be dangerous. They'll never know what it feels like to clink against the side of a cereal bowl. They'll never be able to twirl around in a mug or relax in a hot cup of tea. Oh, that's true. You wouldn't really use those chopsticks for that. Spoon hadn't thought of it that way before. He lay awake in bed for a long time. His mind was racing. He felt so alive. There was only one thing to do. I can't sleep. Come, snuggle. Come, Spoon. Oh, that is a good thing to do. Oh, that is the best way to fall asleep. And so he did. Oh, wasn't that a wonderful story? And look what he dreams about. All the delicious things you can eat with a spoon. I see ice cream and yogurt and pie and a milkshake and a sundae. Oh my, I'm getting hungry for dessert. I like dessert. Miss Niki does have a sweet tooth. I share that with my friends all the time. Oh, hi Presley. Hi Mac. I'm so glad you guys are able to watch. I see some hellos down there from my friends. I hope you liked Spoon. I've got 2 more great stories I'm going to share with you guys. Next up, we have The House in the Night. I really like this book. And one of my friends that I work with, one of my kindergarten teacher friends, always helps me remember to point out these shiny, round things on the fronts of books. Those are called medals. And this medal right here is the Caldecott medal. The Caldecott medal recognizes books with wonderful illustrations. Illustrations that maybe are particularly special or that tell a really unique part of the story. So this story that I'm going to read next is a Caldecott medal winner. I really, really like this one a lot. Hi Raylan, hi Asher, hi Bee. I hope you guys enjoy the stories I have picked for tonight. This is a really good one. This is one of my favorite picture books. All right, here we go, guys. The House in the Night. This story is written by Susan Marie Swanson and illustrated by Beth Krommes. Oh, look at that kitty cat. And the little baby kittens. Oh, so precious. Here is the key to the house. Friends, do you notice anything different about the key? That's right, it's a different color. The key is gold, and all the other illustrations are shades of black and white and gray. And look, the dog's collar is gold too. I wonder how many other gold things we'll find in this black and white picture book. Keep your eye out. I see some now. In the house burns a light. There it is. And on the path, there's the family. There's some lights. And of course the sun, still bright. It's not quite dark yet. In that light rests a bed. On that bed waits a book. Do you see the book, friends? I can see it. And a ball and a teddy and a doll in the chair. Oh, lots of fun treasures to spy. In that book flies a bird. That looks like our book. The illustrations look the same. She's reading a story, just like we are. And that bird breathes a song. All about the starry dark. Even in the dark, look at all the lights you can find. Through the dark glows the moon. I see the stars too. On the moon's face shines the sun. That's how the moon is so bright. The sun shines on it so we can see. Sun in the moon, moon in the dark. Song in the bird. Book, bird in the book. Book on the bed. Bed in the light. Light in the house. Here is the key to the house. The house in the night. A home full of light. This story has an author's note. That would be one to check out and read, take home. I hope you guys liked that story. I love that one. It's very simple. It's pretty short, but I really like the pictures. And it always makes me think of how beautiful the sky looks at night with the stars and the moon. And even when it's cloudy, sometimes you can see the clouds at night. That's really beautiful too. So I love the sky at night. All right. Our next story is one that I always think of a couple of my very special friends out. They can watch this story or watch this reading tonight because I know it's one of their favorites. But I have a very special friend from the library who loves trains. Anything to do with trains, train stories and train movies and picture books like this, but even adult nonfiction books, real train stories. And he is really just one of my best friends. I've known him for such a long time, and I always think of him whenever I read this story. I also have a newer friend, an older friend who is a senior this year actually, who likes trains. And I think I'll probably think of him whenever I read this story too. Steam Train, Dream Train. This story is written by Sherri, Duskey, Rinker, and Tom Lichtenheld. Written and illustrated. I'll try to make sure that we can get the pictures, all the good pictures, because these illustrations are really, really good. Look at, you can see the train. Let's start here. There's the engine. And my friend would know, my two friends would know the names of all of those different kinds of cars. They are very, very smart. Oh! Those look like dinosaurs. Is this a dinosaur train? Well, I guess we'll have to turn the page to find out, won't we? This is another example of what I like to share with you guys all the time. Sometimes the story can start on the title page. Through the darkness, clickety-clack, coming closer down the track. Hold your breath so you can hear huffing, chuffing, drawing near. It's the train. A whistle blares out in the night, a mighty engine, a wondrous sight. The smokestack puffs, the trusty tenders close behind, the big wheels grind. Cling, clang, the bell rings out on top, hissing steam, brakes squeal, then stop. The driver signals to the crew. Each worker knows just what to do. Quick! Before it gets too late, start to load up all the freight. Everything will soon be stowed, a train car matched to every load. Look at all the animals. Elephant, a giraffe, a dinosaur, a polar bear, some kangaroos, some monkeys, and a bear. The crew slides back the boxcar doors and tumbles in to start their chores. They wheel, twirl, cartwheel, jump, but cargo stowed without a bump. Things that rock and roll and spin, all are juggled safely in. They're really good at this. The freight is loaded as they play. They work and bounce the night away. Building blocks, erector sets, bikes and kites and model jets. The boxcars made to safely haul almost anything at all. The hopper's top is open wide, so cargo can be poured inside. The crew hops to it, one and all. They get to work and have a ball. That's funny because it's kangaroos. Hop. They hop to it. Oh, I like that. Then with a bounce, a pounce, a leap, 3 boys jump in and fall asleep. Reminds me of 3 boys I know. Tankers lined up in a row are getting filled with paints to go. Purple, yellow, green, and blue. A color convoy coming through. I see all the colors. The elephants are filling them with their trunks. How silly. The reefer car is snug and cold. Its chilly box can safely hold frozen treats for every stop, like a rolling ice cream shop. The train car's packed. The crew sits back and chills out with a midnight snack. Oh, yummy! The polar bears and penguins are eating the ice cream. They probably really like it in that really cold car. Whoa, what's this? Sand. The 10 hard workers lend a hand to fill the gondolas with sand. Sand for castles, moats, and more. Sand for tunnels. Sand galore. That is a lot of sand. Stacked up on the auto rack, 6 race cars for a private track. Rainbow colors, flames and stripes, shiny engines, chromey pipes. The auto rack will gently keep these fast, fast cars all fast asleep. Those are really cool race cars. I really like race cars. I like to go fast. The well cars carry giant beasts munching on enormous feasts. Brachiosaurus likes the view, while T-Rex gets a bone to chew. Look at the dinosaurs! They're feeding that T-Rex with a big crane. I think that's a crane. The flatbed cars are rolling beds. The weary crew can rest their heads and settle in and tuck in tight. Their work is finished for tonight. Oh, they're getting sleepy, aren't they? The red caboose is last in line. From the lookout, all looks fine. The freight and crew are tucked away. The next stop is another day. A hiss, a jolt, a shift, a sway. Now the journey's underway. The train's departing car by car. The headlight fades into the stars. Puffing, chuffing, out of sight. Steam train, dream train. Good night. There's the train. Good night, train. See you next time. All right, friends. As you can see, there are no more books. Those are all the stories that I had to share with you for bedtime stories today. I hope you enjoyed those. Now make sure you wash your face and brush your teeth. Get your cozy pajamas on and snuggle in tight. Get some good sleep tonight. I hope you guys are able to join me on Wednesday morning for my regular story time. I'll be really excited to see all of you there. Have a good night.